this is Waning Crescent, and welcome back to Project DOT. Unfortunately, due to illness, I haven't been able to work on the project much, but that doesn't mean nothing has been achieved. Here's what I've gotten done. These are the firewall doors. Every 30 seconds, firewall will be activated, and it will raise one of the doors that are currently in the level. I can add as many of these to the game as I want. All I have to do is add a variable and get a reference to the object itself. As well as this, I have also added functional cards to the game, and I have changed the player movement to make it feel more fun. However, my main focus for this week was level design. After brainstorming for a bit, I came up with the idea of a triangular design for cyberspace. There would be 3 different main paths from the central room that the player would start in. These paths would occasionally connect to each other, so that each route did not feel isolated from one another. The idea behind this was that the player wouldn't get as bored by going through the same path every single time on every single run, and instead they would have the choice between 3 different routes. As you can see, I started to block out the idea, but the longer I worked on it, the more I realised how bad the idea was. Or rather, not how bad the idea was, but that I would not be able to get it to work. To put it simply, the scope was too big. I was thinking too big. I'm a solo dev and I only have so much time, and it would be very hard to design for. I don't think I'm experienced enough to work on an idea like that. So, it was back to the drawing board, and after a bit of work, I came up with this. It may look like a bit of a mess, but I promise you it's not. Well, it still is, but it does have some meaning behind it. Red lines are firewall doors, and yellow lines are virus gates. Lines represent corridors, squares represent rooms, and the arrows on the end of lines show one-way corridors. When making this, I focused on adding many different pathways, giving the player a lot of choice on ways to get around firewall doors if they were closed. I have also added certain choke points throughout the map, which I have added traps to make those areas more difficult if the virus is high. Earlier on, I mentioned the functional cards. I have added it so that it can block firewall and virus. If firewall is blocked, you can see that the effect does work, as the firewall gates do not rise. A negative card is also added every 2 minutes, which will give the player virus. But in terms of progress, that's all I have to show you, unfortunately. Like I said, I was ill, so wasn't able to get too much done. But before I go, I thought I'd show you an art piece I did a while ago when Pikmin 4 first released. Hope you like it. Waning Crescent, signing off.